What's up, everybody? Jesse Burdick here for PowerWad.com in the Morning After Mobility series. We are on to episode 23, and this one is rightfully titled the Kettlebell Leg Breaker. I'm not too pumped to show you guys this one because this one's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot, but in the long run, it'll be a good thing. We can all, high five and party. So I'm gonna talk about it first, then I'm gonna get into it, then I'm gonna jump off of it as fast as I can, and then we'll talk about it some more because there's no way that I can talk about this while doing what I need to do. So this was something that was recommended to me by Trevor Smashworks. Go follow him at smashworks.com or at smashworks on IG and on the YouTubes. He started helping me out just dealing with some of my my leg issues that have been hanging around, and something that I just couldn't really kind of get ahead of. Just kept staying where it was. So what he recommended to me is that, he's like, dude, you're a huge person. You need to, you can't roll on these little balls or anything along those lines. If you're gonna need to get into a big structure, you need to start using some steel, and you need to really add pressure to it. And I inherently knew that he was correct. I didn't like it because I know that I was very comfortable doing what I was doing. But oftentimes in our careers, whether it be sport, professional, etc., we need someone to kind of give us a nice swift kick in the ass. And that was a nice swift kick in the ass that I needed to really push myself to find new ways to kind of get after some of the really deep, dark demons that were laying in my legs and kind of in the hips and in my shoulders that have been there for a long, long time. And even for someone who is good at mobility, who is mobile, who moves well, there's always going to be problems that I need to kind of address. I wasn't addressing all of them as well as I could, and a lot of that is because I didn't want to put myself. It's hard to go to the places that you need to go sometimes. But once you realize that, once you go there, you realize that it's not that much of a further of a trip than you're already going. It's all of a sudden not that bad. So, what is the kettlebell leg breaker? Kettlebell leg breaker is, you're going to take a kettlebell. This one I think is a 44 because I'm big. The smaller, the less surface and the less initially painful. So it might be something that you're going to go ahead and start small and then kind of grade up with. Basically, I'm going to go ahead and lay my lateral quad, kind of the IT band area, if you will, right on top of the kettlebell, as if it were a foam roller or a softball. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave it this way. It kind of leaned over, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of toggle the handle. And by toggling the handle, what that's going to do is that's going to go ahead and kind of smush and move around and dig into the quad that I'm laying on. On my IG post, I was just laying on that, and I had Katie go ahead and take her foot and kind of press directly on there and start to kind of move it around as well. If you want to find a special version of hell, and if you want to start sweating and cursing immediately, I highly suggest you go ahead and do that. But to start, again, grade down, smaller kettlebell, go ahead and kind of move up, put the pressure on it by kind of toggling the handle yourself. If that's still not working, you're going to need someone to go ahead and give you a little bit of love and go ahead and press on your leg and kind of move it around on top of that kettlebell. So that's the premise of everything. I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you guys what I mean. If I can talk, I'll talk through it a little bit, and then we'll go over it. Make sure, nuts and bolts are easy for this one, guys. All you need is a kettlebell and a floor. The friend, is going to be something that you need later on. So we're going to go ahead and kind of jump on this guy. I will face the camera, and we'll just kind of go from there. All right. So for me, it's kind of a band that runs across here, kind of about 3/4 of the way up my leg that I know is always just a mess. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of slap it right on there. What I usually do is kind of start a little bit lower and think about taking it and going 1, 2, 3. And I just measure it out from there. For you guys, I would do the same thing. But if you do have one spot that is just not going away, you can just go spot specific, and just put it on right away and not even worry about it. So that's kind of what we're going to do right now, because I'm not going to be able to stay on this for very, very long. You guys may find the same thing because it is so painful. But you should be able to be on there for 30 to 60 seconds. Just set a timer. That's the easiest thing you can do, because otherwise you're going to get on there 10 seconds later, you're going to want to be off. Hold yourself accountable. Put a clock there, and just bear with it. All right, here we go. Oh my God. It's kind of on the elbow. And you're just going to lean your other leg right on top of it. Just go from there. So this is just the equivalent of having someone kind of step on it with your other leg on there. If you want to do the toggle, you could go ahead and take some pressure off. Kind of just move that handle a little bit while you're on there. And you just kind of try and do your best to relax over the kettlebell. Let that do its job. Let it get deep into the structure that you're trying to work on. This is best for the quad. This is something you can do with your hips as well. Something you can also do with your calves. But this is something, it has to be a pretty big muscle group for it to really make that big of a difference for you. And that's what you're just going to be able to do. We're not trying to roll. We're not trying to cover any distance. We're just going to try and lay on it and let that kettlebell, the iron, kind of do its work as it penetrates through that muscle, and hopefully breaking up some scar tissue and other stuff that I can't think of because of the blinding pain right now for me. That 30 seconds yet? Yeah, I thought so. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. All right. Whew. So that's a kettlebell. That's a kettlebell leg breaker, guys. Again, start with a small kettlebell, a little bit of pressure, grade up to moving the handle to kind of start to move the structures around a little bit. Head to having some extra tension put on it. Again, you have patient tolerance here, which is your tolerance, is going to be of paramount. But you should be able to stay on there for 30 seconds. Grin and bear it and try and just relax and try and let your body kind of accept the kettlebell as one. And kind of move from there. Work up to a minute, work up to 90 seconds, work up to a bigger kettlebell, then work up to more pressure. And you're just going to kind of go from there. And hopefully you don't have to make too many adjustments going up, up, and up, because eventually you're going to run out of kettlebells or pressure. But hopefully something in there really starts to take care of the issues that you're dealing with. So that's that. I wish you good luck, especially with this one. Be careful. This isn't something you can use every day. This is like a once a weeker, or when you're in some severe pain or something that you're doing is just really not working. Time to pull out the big guns. Time to pull out the steel. Good luck, guys. See you next time.